What's up? What's up? What it do? This she to the point. What's good? Everybody see me? Sitting in my car, you know what I mean? Relaxing. Tap in with me, man. Wanted to show my face, man, because there's a lot of crazy shit going on, you know, around about, you know, especially our culture and whatnot. And I feel compelled, you know what I mean, me being a Jew and all that. What's up with you, Vez? Hey, what's going on with you? How you been, homie? And I just feel compelled to rap a taste about this stuff because it's overwhelming, man. I think love you too, man. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa alaikum salam. What's going on, At? And I just feel compelled to address, you know, to talk about some of this stuff because it's getting overwhelming, man, to see our youth falling victim to traps, man. You know what I mean? And we often think money is the answer. Money ain't always the answer, because now what's going on is the money perpetuate this stuff more amongst us, you know what I mean? Dealing with Offset right now, I want to first say condolences to that man's family. Sincere condolences to TakeOff family. You know what I mean? Offset, Quavo, and all the other extended family that we don't know. Friends and all that. Again, we have a tragic ending to a young black accomplished person, right? And I want to point out that accomplished part because, again, money ain't the answer. It's a mindset. Things got to change. Our mindsets have to change. We got to break the slavery locks that's on our brain. See, we think we physically free, right? But we're being trained. We've been trained and shackled. Assalamu alaikum. Stoney, assalamu alaikum, Briz. We've been shackled mentally. And until we break those shackles, we gonna be victims like we see. You feel what I'm saying? I'm gonna start off by saying this. For us to think that we're a young, black, rich person that has found some success and been blessed to come out the trenches to become millionaires, multi-millionaires, change not only our lifestyle, but a lot of people's lifestyles, you know what I mean, in a good way. For us to think that we can still place ourselves in the trenches that we fought so hard to work away from, only to place ourselves right back there because our minds never left, and we find ourselves in the crap game. We find ourselves in the crap game downtown Houston, and millionaires gambling petty money, whatever the money in that crap game don't amount to what them guys is worth. So I'm gonna say they're gambling petty money, the same type money they might have bought some materialistic thing or threw away on a strip or whatnot, something petty to them, right? Gambling, the first mistake, because that atmosphere alone, we come from it, I come from it, and the Quran says nothing but evil comes from gambling and intoxicants. right? Keep that in mind to the Muslims that's in here, right? So we gambling with a bunch of guys with some petty money to me, and it gets to a point where one guy fails to rationalize correctly, and he's caught all the way up into the mindset of the atmosphere and the evil that it breeds. So he losing his little bread, and he gets upset about losing his bread. This is what allegedly happened now, right? Finds himself to the man, gets in his man's face, altercation breaks out, right? And shots ring out because of the altercation, and main man get hit with a stray bullet. And this happened to be your nephew, the guy that perpetuated and got into the situation. You get your nephew rocked, right? There's a lot of things we could learn, right? But I'm gonna work from this point. The first thing is, when you become successful and you're blessed to be able to roll from the trenches and those type folks and go live a better, cleaner, safer life, appreciate that, and don't allow your mindset to take you back to those places or have you stuck back in them places. See, when you grow, your mind gotta grow too. The world is bigger than that corner shit. And for those who be selling that shit like, don't leave the hood, stay in the hood, what are you trying to get rich for? What are you complaining about being poor for if you don't want to change your lifestyle, change your surroundings, you know what I mean? Do bigger and better things. People be trying to save face and stay with that street shit. That's all it be about. You know what I mean? But your mindset gotta grow too. So you can't get stuck in the mindset to think that you at a crap game and it's cool. Because that's potential danger. And you see what happened. That's the one thing. The second thing to learn is this. Another thing, because this is a list of things. Watch who you walking with. And if you with a person, I don't care if it's your family, if you being with a person every day and they have a problem per se, controlling their temper, perpetuating situations that could lead to somebody's getting hurt or injured or death, and you know this person got the potential to do that, you got to put some distance between you and that person if you're trying to salvage your life, you're trying to live. Because you could be a so-called out-the-way cat, right? You ain't that cat. This cat portraying, he want to get in all the mix, all the beef that's walking with you. Like I said, it could be your family, whatever. They don't know how to control their temper, right? And you the cat that's more rational and all that. You could be collateral damage for this cat not knowing how to control himself. See, it wasn't Takeoff beef. It was Quavo Jones, they saying. Thirdly, they say it was a private party, right? Peep this. It's a private party. So I take from that, everybody in there knew each other in some sort of way, right? Had to. It was a private party. So the invites is only coming out to people, from people and to people that know each other, right? So in this room, it had to be some fake love. Some fake love. Some half-ass love. Because it's what happened was, I heard it segregated into two contending groups. right? Rooting Toot out, the whole situation. So there had to be some fake love in the room, right? So all that Joe fake, building them fake relationships with people, them half-ass joints, and having half-ass people around you that half-ass hating or don't got no real love for you, but y'all fake loving each other, hugging and kissing on each other like my old head say, and it's all fake. All it takes is one situation to show a nigga true colors. They argue and fight over crap game, turn it to a shootout, turn to Takeoff getting hit with a stray. Right? Another thing. Friendly fire. Watch this. Is any fire friendly for real? Who even coined that term? Friendly fire. Meaning one of your own hits you, right? With a bullet, kill you. So they call it friendly fire, right? To remove some of that impact of them killing you. Oh, it was your homie that killed you. Friendly fire, what meant for you. To try to lessen the blow. Right? On the perpetrator, on anybody who's affected by it. Trying to lessen the blow. That's a bunch of BSGS, man. Let's stop it. There's no such thing as friendly fire, man. Get what I'm talking about? It don't make it no better. It might make it worse that my man killed me in a mix of some goofy shit that didn't have to happen. It make it worse. So we run around with the friendly fire joint. It's a sad day in hip-hop. It's a sad day in our culture. Is a sad day for black people, period. Every time somebody die from us in a tragic way. We don't die from Allah just called us back, natural causes. It's sad. But this a different type sad. Because what it's telling me is we got a lot of work to do as it relates to our mindsets, man. Our mindsets jammed up. And then we got, I'm going to bridge it off because it's all relevant. We got Kanye. We got Yeezy. Right? Some people think this just started with Yeezy, right? And some people think that Yeezy trying to be a revolutionary. Or they sound to lie. Trying to be a revolutionary or whatever the case. Because some people think he Majnun, he crazy. Because he has now mustered up the courage after placing himself in this world, right, of these people doing business with these Yahudis, right? Getting intimate with them, whereas they're sharing some of their intimate, some of their intimate secrets of how they move around and how they got control of everything. He's been exposed to, in the least, if they didn't do it intentionally. And he's seeing some things that we all know, and he decided to blow the whistle on them cats and be a voice for us. The first thing we see is, or the only thing we see is, we can't see past the surface. So we going in on the guy's mental health. We going in on him making statements about blacks and about George Floyd family, when you really look and dive into the statements, none of them were meant in a derogatory way, right? So as this going on is proving to me a couple more things. My highlighting point for the night, what I want to get on here is this: we have to change our mindsets. Bread don't change us. You know what I mean? You could put a suit on shit. You feel me? You could put a suit on shit. Who is this trying to rap? Okay, Brizzy. You could put a suit on shit, right? Assalamu alaikum. What's up, huh?
Hey, listen, right? I'm listening to you, right?
Yes, sir.
The only thing that I disagree with,
yes, sir,
is the Kanye about the George Floyd situation. Now,
give me the rap.
My disagreement with that is the fact that when it first happened, you came out and you funded his daughter's college fund.
Right.
And then you turn around and say he wasn't killed by the police, he was killed by the drugs. Now, if you thought that he was killed by the drugs, why would you fund his daughter's college?
Right.
So it's kind of like a contradiction in the black community. That's what I kind of think got us in an uproar. Not like, if you thought that he was killed by drugs, say that. Stay on that side.
Right.
If you thought the police killed him, stay on that side.
Right.
But don't tell us and march with us during the George Floyd incident and then turn around and say, no, that's not how it happened. I watched the video so many times.
Gotcha.
That's not how it happened. Just leave that where it's at. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
You opened the door for black people to be mad at you.
But let me know when I can interject, right?
No, you can, because I ain't gonna stay long.
I want you. I'm glad you popped in, because I'm loving looking at you. You my throwback homie. You know what I mean?
No question, ain't no question.
Listen, Briz. In the interview when he mentioned that, right?
Right.
He started from a point of Virgil. He mentioned his main man Virgil, right?
Right.
He said that they wanted the guy. He said they had a meeting. He was saying prayers, and they said they wanted a guy that looks like him. So he referred it to Virgil, and then he said, look, I'm about to get emotional.
Right.
He then said, he alleges that he believes the folks killed Virgil.
Right.
He goes on to say the documentary says, he didn't make this narrative up. He said the documentary stated that it was fentanyl in his system. And when I looked at it, peep game, he said, when I looked at it careful, it didn't look and seem as if to me, the knee on the neck killed George Floyd. So I don't think the police killed him by that action. But he was still alluding to the fact that it was a conspiracy murder, that they might have slipped the fentanyl. If everybody was listening right, it wasn't derogatory. He never say they didn't kill him. He only said they didn't kill him by the foot on the neck. He said the fentanyl killed him. He never said main man's a junkie. He was alluding to the fact that maybe them cats slipped him something. He started from the point of Virgil getting conspired. They killed Virgil. So I don't see how people listen on the surface, and they get surface rap, and they don't get the point. Just like this point he made about slavery, and y'all must have liked slavery. That was not derogatory. What he's saying is, why y'all niggas ain't band together and fight? That's all I got out of it. Everybody want to grab something derogatory. You get what I'm saying?
I feel what you're saying. I feel what you're saying, but at
So
the end of the
I
day,
didn't take those statements in a derogatory way, and I don't believe that he was giving it up in a derogatory way. I believe a lot of us took it that way and jumped on him about it.
because sometimes, right, your timing when you say things is not right. You understand what I'm saying? Like
Right.
if you was going
to, right.
if you was like going to allude to all these things, there was a time that you could have said it. You can't wait until, like, okay, if you thought the fentanyl was what killed him.
Walaikum assalam,
Alaikum, Lil Meekins, Cape High.
Alhamdulillah.
Oh man, I got my throwback. This is North Philly throwback. We grew up together, homie.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Must be a thoroughbred then.
Yes, sir. Indeed. And he Muslim.
Alhamdulillah, and Allah blessing. Hey,
What's
listen,
up, man?
if I could just chime in for a minute.
Right.
And I was listening to you about the Kanye thing.
Right.
And one of the things that this guy here.
Hey, young buck.
So there's a few observations with Kanye West.
Right.
And yes, I do believe he was being derogatory when he talked about George Floyd.
Okay.
I do believe that. And you talked about
You lost him.
I lost him?
Yeah, it looked like you lost him.
That's my guy right there too, man. The Lil Meekins, man. May Allah preserve him. Come on back in, Meek.
How much is this? 50? Yeah.
So what you were saying, so Bread, so that's how I took it, right?
No,
I
you
understand how people took it, right? But one thing about me, I like to listen carefully to people when they talk so that I don't misconstrue. So I don't misconstrue what the point they trying to get across, right?
As you should. You're absolutely right.
So when if I do resolve,
I'm sorry. I don't know how to
come on, let best. Come on, just finish your thought, man.
Yeah, so when you talk about understanding things on the surface, here's the thing. We're living in a time where people need to be clear. You have to be clear on what you mean, right? So it's not for us to try to understand what you mean under the surface.
Gotcha.
That's the first thing. The second thing is he was being derogatory, and like the brother said, you made a good point when you said that his timing was off. Not only was his timing was off, the statements that he's making, there's never a good time for it.
Okay.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? And I was listening to a lot of people saying, like, like his comments about the Jews and stuff like that. And, we're not, here's the thing. His comments about the Jews was absolutely correct in a lot of ways, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
We know they control the media. We know they control entertainment. They're monetizing off of music and stuff that's chilling African Americans. We understand all
fact,
that, right? That's a known fact, right? And I don't have an issue with them canceling out Kanye West because they feel some type of way about what he said.
Right.
My issue is with African Americans. We should have been the first to cancel him out about his derogatory statements about African Americans. And the reason why we don't cancel him out is because we have stuff where people be like, you know what? Well, I don't agree with everything that he said, but he made sense on this issue.
Right.
We gotta understand stuff on the surface. We can't understand stuff on the surface. We gotta look deep. No, this boy is out of pocket.
Right.
And
here's
the thing. Listen to this. listen to this. The Jews shouldn't have to cancel. We should have canceled them out. What he's saying is hurting the culture of African Americans. And I'm pretty sure there's differences amongst the Jews.
Right.
Because no two people was created equal. But when it comes to them banding together about something that they believe is anti-Semitic, best believe they're going to be on your behind and they're going to be 100% in agreement with each other. As for African Americans, a person can bro.
Well,
he has
thing, right?
so much derogatory stuff.
Give me, CC. I'm gonna say this here, right? Watch this.
Let me say this real quick.
Go ahead, Britt.
Even as Muslims, right, dealing with the Quran and the Sunnah, we have all seen people that take bits and parts of the Quran to benefit their knives. We've seen it. So when we dealing with African Americans, of course, like the brother said, we gonna see people that be like, yeah, he's wrong in this, but I understand him when he say this. It's only one way. It's the right way or the wrong way.
In the wrong way. And bro, they only saying that. They only giving him the benefit of the doubt for only one reason. Because he black. If a white person was saying what he was saying, bro, we wouldn't have it.
Now, peep game. Peep game. I get y'all. Y'all pointing out some things, and I almost know exactly what y'all saying, especially what you saying, Lil, about, for instance, when the White Lives Matter shirt.
His
answer to that was crazy.
Bro,
right?
His speech about Harriet, bro, I don't care what you meant by that shirt. You shouldn't have had it on.
Right. That's my thing. Like,
but could I say this? Could I say? Let me interject.
Big bro, he only going to
Can I say this?
He only going
to stir up
in media, right? In media, what I'm learning is that you have an element that they call shock, right? And there's a guy blurting out things that's on surface derogatory to get the people's attention, to get to the real point. We had Kevin Samuels doing it. We got that guy Charleston White running around.
But see,
bro, none of them is saying, and I'm not a Charleston White fan.
But I'm just telling you, it's a method.
Let me say this though. Let me say this. I get it. It's a method to their madness, but the niggas is wrong, and you're destroying the culture, and we shouldn't deal with it. That's what I'm saying.
Here's the thing, though.
What about the many people that see it contrary to that, though?
Okay, listen.
That's the problem. That's the problem.
Hey, listen to this, right?
Go ahead. I'm listening. I
don't know if you seen in my stories, right?
Right.
I posted a guy, and he made a great point. He said, you can listen to rappers, right? And rappers can tell you how to trick these girls, how to kill each other, and all that, right?
Right.
And we buy it and we promote it. But when you get a dude like Kevin Samuels who say, listen, y'all women should take care of your bodies, not have kids out of wedlock, y'all celebrate his death.
Right.
But y'all celebrate it. Y'all laughing. Y'all like, I'm glad he dead or whatever.
It was because of his brash approach.
But, okay, so how much of a brash approach do a rapper have when he tell you to go kill another brother and I'm walking around with my gun?
Right, it ain't justified at that point, right.
When he died, is rest in heaven, rest in peace, rest in all that.
The opposite, I get it.
But, and here's the bigger picture. After they make that music, calling to that nonsense, guess what they do? The Jews who own these companies monetize and make, it's $1 trillion business. Hip hop is $1 trillion business.
Yep.
Right.
When it comes to African Americans, nobody's canceling out nobody. Know what they doing? Promoting it and making money off of it.
Exactly.
That's crazy. And that's anything. And what it is call it what it is, Lil. They're exploiting us.
Bro, I'm calling.
But you can't.
But let me say this though.
You can't keep blaming. See, for years and years and years, we didn't blame Jews. We didn't blame the Caucasians. We
gotta put some of the blame on the cats that's making the music too.
So all of the blame comes back to us.
It start right there.
Bro, we have the ability to change the narrative. All of the blame. Let me say this, bro. Let me say this. And I don't want to even, like, I'm not like big into like the black and white thing because it's not about color with me.
Right, right.
I'm just using this as a point. Rosa Parks, right? They created a whole movement off of Rosa Parks not wanting to go to the back of the bus, right?
Right.
That's called what? Cancellation. They canceled public transportation. African Americans, they banded together for this one purpose, and it created what? Transformation in the public transformation.
Yep. Right.
Public transportation.
Right.
Black people couldn't vote. They banded together, they canceled out, they did whatever they did.
So it start with us.
I'm telling you, we have the ability to change the narrative. We just don't do it. You know why? Because when black people say something idiotic, we make an excuse for it.
Exactly.
So you mean to tell me, Lil, hold it. Let's be clear here, y'all. And even me putting that out to the forefront about what I believe and what I took from what he was saying.
Yeah, that's your perception. That's your perception.
You really honestly still don't see what that was about.
What was it about?
Some of it, I believe, is about trying to bring awareness to us about how these people been carrying us to.
Dude, we don't need no awareness about that. That's clear. That's clear.
Let me ask you.
But for the purpose of trying to, for what you're saying exactly. But
nah,
you're saying,
bro. What he needed to do, bro. You know, it's people that he's not the savior for African Americans, bro.
I know he's not. Listen, I didn't cover that. Listen, he has some mental issues and all.
I mean, listen, bro. I don't know what he got. I'm not a doctor. I don't know.
They say it. Well, they say it allegedly.
That's what they say, right?
Allegedly.
I'm only allegedly. There you go. I'm only judging him upon what's clear, what he's saying. I'm not going too deep in what I think he might made. I mean, what I think he might meant. I'm judging it exactly on what he's saying. This dude is shit, bro.
And not any of it was good, was cool, was to benefit the culture.
How?
Are you ruling out all of it?
Culture. You're spinning the culture. How? If I'm saying one thing and you saying another thing, he's spitting the culture.
Hey, listen to this, right? When he does things,
you know what I believe it is, Briz? I believe that he's not eloquent enough to be in front with the presentation.
Well, why
so
do
the flaws is in the presentation.
Big bro, let me say this. Big bro, he's an idiot. Anybody let me say this. Anybody that's praising Candace Owens is an idiot.
He praises her?
That's just right here. They had the shirts on together.
Listen.
He wore the shirt White Lives Matter with Candace Owens.
I didn't know that.
No, listen. Why would you wear a MAGA hat? A hat that says "Make America Great Again," knowing what that means is to enslave blacks all over again. Why would you wear a hat in front of Donald Trump and say, the things that you do is not helping the black community? You're stirring up the black community. You trying to get a rise out of the black community, and that's stupid.
At that time, right?
Nasheed, would you wear a hat and a shirt with the Confederate flag on it?
Heck no.
That's the same thing.
That's the same exact thing.
All right, but now peep game. Watch this. At that time, I ran across guys that's like us, from our same walk of life, whatever. Guess what they doing? Now watch this. They was team, and I'm not into the politics. I'm learning this from knowing these guys. They was team Republican at the time. And guess why? Guess what these dudes was telling me? They got the bag. It's always about money, yo.
But you
These
got
dudes was trying to get to the money.
Now, let me ask you this question.
Yes.
And this I sum it up. Has Donald Trump ever signed a policy that hurt African Americans for generations?
I believe he did.
What? Which one?
Oh, Donald Trump, you said?
I ain't say Biden. I said Donald Trump. We know Biden. We know Biden. We know the policies that he pushed that help with mass incarceration and recidivism. We know that.
We know that, right?
So when I'm asking you, what policies has Donald Trump pushed that hurt?
I don't know of any. I don't know of any.
Exactly. So let me say this. When did you start hearing about? And I'm not saying he is. I'm not saying he ain't. I'm not. But let me just ask you this question. When did you start hearing that Donald Trump was a racist?
When he got in office.
So here's the thing. Because you're African American, it's embedded in us, even though the African Americans, their original party was Republican, but it's embedded in us that we have to be a Democrat.
Gotcha.
Even though the Democrats in the last 40 years has done more to hurt African Americans than the Republicans. That's fact.
Right.
Whenever it's in an election, the Democrats push the narrative that what? The Republicans is what? Racist.
Racist, right.
That's the agenda, and it's the political agenda of the. And I'm not saying the Republicans aren't. I'm not saying that.
But you're saying that it got to be a hook to that. It's to get our attention,
dude. It is.
Right.
Bro. You look at those old pictures of Donald Trump. He's with Eddie Murphy. He's with Mike Tyson. It seemed like he had a pretty decent relationship with Puffy Combs. It just seemed like that on the surface. It wasn't until he started running for office, and I'm not saying he wasn't divisive when he was in office.
Right.
I'm not saying that.
You're just saying that it's questionable was he racist or not.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And I believe in my heart that Joe Biden is more racist than Donald Trump. I believe.
You putting that on record, huh?
I believe that.
But you made a good point, because he was with that mass incarceration. I don't know how people forgot about that.
But that's not the only thing, though.
That's what I'm saying.
That's not the only thing. See, when you look
what
at
else, Briz?
When you
look at welfare. Look at welfare, bro.
Listen,
the Democrats is the one that cut the welfare.
Listen to this, right? But I like to go back to the welfare. I like to touch on that too, right? When you deal with welfare, that's designed to break up the black family, the black community, because when the government gives women Section 8, when they give them food,
they gotta turn the man in.
They got to turn the man in.
Yeah.
The man cannot live in your household as long as we giving this.
That's some bullshit.
The way that you destroy the man is to take away the woman. So when you take away the woman, when you take away the man, the government is basically saying, we're going to take care of you as long as you get rid of that nigga. And the women go for it because
they want that immediate gratification, want that paper.
Exactly.
Listen, but then, like Lil said, turn around, watch this. And now, right now, the day after they didn't accomplish that mission or that divide and conquer thing, now they cut it off.
Right.
Welfare is damn near gone. I don't know nobody getting welfare. You can't get no stamps. You can't get this.
Here's the thing, she. Here's the thing, right? You might say, I have done this on several occasions. I have asked women, if you meet a guy and you thought that he was the right dude for you, would you leave your Section 8 to build with this man, they'll say yeah with the eyes rolled in the back of their head. Because you only answer the question because I'm asking you and it sounds politically correct.
Yeah, it's hypothetical right now.
But
when it really come up the pipe, they ain't letting that Section 8 go.
Right, and guess what?
No.
Guess what?
The system,
they know, the government know it too.
Because the system is designed to make them think that they don't have the ability to do without depending on the government.
Exactly.
That's another one of the plots, man. That's another one of the ploys they running on us, man.
That's another form of racism.
My whole objective tonight was just this, to bring some more awareness on our folks and what's really happening with us, man. We gotta wake up. We gotta change our mindsets, man. And like I was pointing out,
and my man said Trump was for business owners.
Right. Money ain't it. Money ain't changing our mindset, yo.
No, economics is a part of it. That's a part of it, bro.
But it's proven now that there's a lot of us with money that still have warped mindsets.
No, that's because we got new money. We don't have generational wealth. Let me say this, bro. Right. Let me say this. Somebody sent me a clip with Umar Johnson. He's a bit extreme, but he was
I'll be peeping him.
He was on point with this one. He said they'll give us a loan. They'll give us a student loan, right?
Right.
Which let me just say this: those student loans are predatory too, because they're giving these student loans to people that they know they can't pay back, right? So they give us student loans. They give us car loans. They give us they just start giving us loans for homes, but guess what they won't give you?
A business loan.
Dang.
Because it's about economics, bro.
Wow.
They know if they control the dollar, they control the economics and education. If a person controls that, then guess what?
He control you.
It's all about economics, bro.
So let's work from ground level, right? And let's say we talk about Main Man Takeoff. We talk about PNB Rock, right? These mindsets that's placing us in these predicaments, right? To sacrifice our lives for nothing, for some goofy street principle type stuff, right?
Right.
Then you got some guys that's from us, of our tent, that got some money. You got the Jay-Z's. You got the, I can name some guys. Another thing I was crediting to Kanye is this.
Why you mention Jay-Z though?
because
you mentioned
what I want to see.
Derogatory life.
No, not derogatory.
Yeah, because he does a lot. He does a lot for the culture, bro.
What I want to see from Jay-Z is not Kanye, because Jay-Z moved behind the scenes and do some real things with the incarceration thing. He going, you know, he fighting to put laws to get people out of jail. I'm with all that. What I hope to see is all of those people with money start to band together, right? And start to build some type of infrastructure so that we can be independent of their infrastructure. Do you think that'll ever happen? No. Why not? Why can't that happen? The reason why it can't happen is because number one, right? I believe that in the black community, we don't really know or we don't accept our positions. Like, everybody wants to be a boss, but nobody wants to be a worker. And me and you come from the same street corner. Right. The same exact street corner. Right. We was out there every day together. Right. And I hate to bring this up because it's so we was competing. It's so, why am I competing with you? We on the same corner. Why am I coming to you saying?
Make a lot of sense. If we'd have came together heavy, we'd have got more money.
Coming to you? Why am I coming to you asking you how much you made this morning? Why do it? Right. Why do it matter? You my man.
Right.
And why you going to this? Why y'all got the same fees, but you coming to the fees talking about I'm giving you 5 for 20. I know he only gave you 4.
We was competing because I'm gonna tell you why. We've been brainwashed into this crab in a barrel mentality, man.
But bro, you answered your own question, Nasheed. That's why it won't happen, because of the mentality of our people is that we don't know our place.
Listen to this, and I got another example that I give the kids that come into my barbershop, right? When we be talking about problems, I put a math problem on the mirror, right? On the board.
Right.
I said, if you got 1 + 2 + 3 + 4 + 5 + 6, if you get 1 + 2 wrong, no matter how far you go down the line, the problem is going to be wrong. There's no way to fix it.
Dang.
No way at all to fix it. If you get 1 + 2 = 3, then farther down you go, the problem will be right. But if you get the root of the problem, if you get the root of the problem wrong, it's a wrap for the whole rest of it. So when we came over here as slaves, which black people are the only nationality that was brought over here unwillingly, they're not going to give us anything.
So you saying the root of it's messed up, so it'll never get fixed?
Exactly.
Yo, bro, look how they even control the narrative of slavery, bro.
Right.
They say over 300 million people, over 300 million slaves came over in the slave trade. Mathematically, that's not even possible. We still be bringing slaves over right now.
That's too many people, yo.
Right.
It's just like they control the narrative of everything we do, even down to how we was brought here.
So let me ask you a question. Do you think that you could bring 30 million slaves over here? So and I don't care if you got 30 million, if you got 30 million slaves
on them boats that they was coming over.
That didn't happen.
What about 6 white? What about 6 white men? You mean to tell me ain't nobody gonna sacrifice themselves? It was,
and that's what I'm trying to tell you. Ye was saying with that statement,
bro. Quit it quoting this boy, man. Please quit it.
He said slave. He said slave was a choice by saying you had a choice, either bow down to them or die.
Hey,
so
Lil,
if you want to be a slave.
Hey, Lil,
go ahead and die. Come on, man.
Hey, Briz, did I ever tell y'all the story?
Slavery was forced on black people, bro.
Hold up, did I ever tell y'all the story? Watch this. I put it out on my podcast before, but I don't know if y'all caught it. You know, I met Boy a long time ago, yo. Right? When I first come home from jail, my last bit, it was in 99. 2 weeks later, Beanie Siegel takes me up Baseline Studio. This when everything popping, right? So we in one of the sections of the studio on the couch. Me, Khan, Freeway, and somebody else sitting on the couch. The boy Guru sitting in front of us. The boy, the engineer boy, the tall boy.
Mm-hmm.
This boy Kanye West walks in the room. This my first time. He never even been on TV, and at this time nobody really knew him except the inside folks, whoever knew him. He come in. He got a rock chain on. He speak to everybody. He tell Guru, pull up my music in the Pro Tools. He pulls the music up in the Pro Tools and starts basically performing for us. I'm talking about going hard, sweating, jumping all over the place. Oh, Siegel was in there. It was 4-piece. Siegel was on count because I tapped him and said, yo, who is Main Man, right?
Man.
He ain't even tell me this boy name. He said, some boy from Chicago we just signed to the Rock. go forward, fast forward is Kanye West. But my highlighting point is the whole time he been goofy. Since I seen this guy, he been acting like this, man.
So that's why we telling you stop defending this idiot.
Yeah, right.
He's not.
I'm gonna tell you. All right, I'm gonna come clean. I'm gonna come clean. I liked it. The whole I was overshadowing everything else because I liked that rap he was going in on the Jews. But I ain't gonna hold you.
You got emotional attachment to him.
I don't like the fact that
Farrakhan
they
been
got
going
us
in on the.
cornered
I don't
like
hear you
that.
praising Farrakhan devil behind himself, but he been going in on the Jews for the last 40 years.
Right.
right. So he ain't the
Because
only
Farrakhan
one.
that one time.
Right.
Because his message is 100% positive. So
Right.
therefore you don't want to hear it. He's not straddling the fence with positivity.
No, I take that from him too when I hear it, but I don't take the spaceship rap and all that.
No. What I'm saying is, Farrakhan is who he is at all times.
Okay, all right.
Kanye is this guy 1 minute, this guy the other minute, to the point. All right, like I had a problem.
He unstable. That's what my brother said, yo.
I had a problem with Michael Jordan, right? Doing the Black Lives Matter thing. You gave $1 million to Black Lives Matter, right? Then you turn around and give $1 million to Blue Lives Matter, which is the police. Why did you even get involved? Because you really ain't do nothing.
You kept it all even again.
Yeah, that's all you did. You ain't do nothing different. You could have just mind your business.
Right.
And you feel me? And that's the whole that's the whole
man,
thing.
you know what, man? What's sad? I'm looking at these young black rappers, right? Making all this money and getting rocked out here on the tip like it's crazy, man.
It's the mentality, bro.
Huh?
The mentality, bro.
Yeah, it's the mentality, man. I'm trying to, I'm trying to put something out in the ether, man. And inshallah, somebody here and somebody start to grab a hold of some awareness that we're being used, man.
We've been being used for years.
Yourself, bro. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. The best example, your own actions, bro. Like, I'm not going outside of my circle and influence but before I impact the people that's around me every day, bro. That's why every day I wake up, man. Every day I wake up with the intention to help somebody.
That makes a lot of sense,
and that's why one of the reasons why I don't want to work for nobody is because I'll never be able to get the time that I have right now to help people.
Yup.
Like I help
time
people
is not
every
convenient
day.
when you on somebody else's clock.
Bro, I help people every day by the grace of Allah. He put me in a
Allah
position.
reward you, man.
I mean, all of us. He put me in a
brothers.
where I can have meaningful conversations with you.
What, you tapping out?
Brothers, it was nice talking to y'all, man. I'm gonna listen. My battery grade died.
Hey, Chris, I gotta get up there, man. Stoney said he was up there at the barbershop. I ain't never been up there, man.
Hey, man, come through, man. Inshallah.
I got to get up there. I'm up there,
bro,
inshallah.
before you hang up, how long you been at that barbershop?
For 12 years.
And that boy ain't never been there, man. That's what I'm saying.
And he got a juice bar, right?
That's the mentality of our people, bro. This my main man, Possum Pants, one of my favorite old heads. I got a shot. Now, mind you, he got diabetes. I've been reversing diabetes for the last 3 or 4 years.
Yup.
And I've been doing health and nutrition for 7 years. I got a shot for 3 years.
He big time, Briz. He one of the poster boys for that thing in the city.
No, it's not. Let's
but
not
you
divert
are.
the situation. The situation is our mentalities that you've been at that barbershop. You know he love you. You know he love you.
And I want y'all know. Okay, y'all know I love y'all too, and that's not what hindered me from the visit.
I'm saying what hindered you from seeing him and I is the mentality that's embedded in us. Whether you identify it or not, whether you admit it or not, it's the mentality of us that we'll have someone. That's why, bro. Listen to this.
You
and I'm
right
you
too,
go,
yo. You're
listen to
right.
this. There's a guy who opened up a shop right next door to my shop. Black guy. He opened up a shop right next door to my shop.
Right.
He's a cool dude. I mean, thorough. I used to let him cut my hair. One day he got sick. He had COVID, so he was down for a minute. So I started going to somebody that I really prefer to go to.
Right.
But guess what I do though? I still take my kids to him.
Right.
I still take my kids to him, bro. I make sure that unless it's a dire necessity, and I can't get it from a black person, I make sure that I support black people all the time.
Mashallah, man.
About it.
Mashallah.
All right, assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu, Briz. Listen, Lil. I'ma say this here, right? You knew me for a long time. What I believe is happening to me is that I'm aging, right? And with age comes certain transitions that it doesn't have to always be physical. It be mental transitions, right? And in some of this, what I a lot of my time is segregated through, I got a big squad, right? Mostly all my time is segregated through after Allah and you know what I mean? My family. I got 6 daughters, 6, I ain't got to tell you, all my folks.
Right.
Grandchildren. So and I'm dealing with my mom. So I really be that preoccupied. When I find a minute, you get what I'm saying? I got to really find some time for myself, really. That's the only reason.
Let me say this.
Yeah.
That's the story you telling yourself to justify why you ain't supporting your people. Now let me say this. Let me say this. Let me say this. And I'm gonna end with this. And I'm gonna bid you a good night after this.
Okay.
People always find time for the things that they want to do. Love you, big bro. Solid.
Oh, I'm with you. I'm gonna take that one. Now listen. We had a nice time, man. We talked about some good things. I'm really hoping that we learn some stuff during this conversation. But I want to touch a bit on PNB Rock before we leave, right? Condolences to his family, man. I met this guy, acquainted with him, what I'm saying, through my son and through other acquaintances. For a long time, before he got famous and all that, when he was on a rise, on the move, I grew a liking to this guy. I knew some people next to him personally that was older, that was around my age bracket. I want to say this. That was a sad thing that happened. Everything tonight points to our mentality, and we have to fix us, right? And my main man Meekin said we have to start with the people right next to us, right? We got to start planting certain seeds, man, with our kids that's coming up. We got to groom them on this type of vibe. We can't let them get snatched up by this system like, I'm talking about? We got to start salvaging us. We got to start building us up. We got to start changing our mindset. That's my highlighting point. That's my jewel for the night. I'm talking about? I appreciate everybody, chopping it up with us. And we about to come back full-fledged with the podcast. We getting ready. We got some things in store. We took a hiatus doing some legal stuff. And we about to come back 10 times harder. So look forward to, we're going to have some good guests, some good topics, some real wholesome talk. We're going to get to the point about everything, man. So I wanted to peek in tonight because there was so much going on around us, amongst us, that has to do with us. And again, I felt compelled to come out and talk about some of this stuff and to bring about some good, man. You know what I'm talking about? Some awareness. Let's throw some jewels out there, you know what I mean? So with that being said, I'm a bid farewell too. And my partner, you know, Robbie Khan fell sick, so that's why he ain't joined us. But we had some good couple people peeped in, man, had some good discussion. I hope everybody learned something. You know what I mean? So listen, I'm gonna go ahead and bounce out myself, have me some dinner, but look for us to be tapped back in on this live and, you know, live in front of, you know, in front of some people doing some chatting, some good guests, some good topics, and we gonna get to the point, man. Holla back.